Hello, everyone, and welcome to Weekend Rental, episode 70. We are your gaming and geek culture podcast. My name is Ryan. As always, I'm joined by Andy.
Nate.
And Nate.
What's going on, guys?
All right. As always, you can find our content along with all the other amazing content over at geekade.com. Whether it's articles, podcasts, and more, you'll find everything geeky over there. What Geekade? What's your geek? I'm gonna do something we've never done on this show before. We always struggle and last minute name our episodes, but I'm gonna just call this one what it's gonna be. Episode 70. The gamers get down with the sickness. Because we've talked about it in the last few episodes, but I don't know how this isn't gonna just be enveloped by it. What started off as joking and mild concern has turned into a worldwide pandemic. We are a self-distance podcast. I don't want anyone to be alarmed. We've always recorded from home. And thankfully, we've always recorded at home because you're not going to notice the massive downshift in quality that I've heard from every other podcast I've listened to that has been quarantined. So it's the same mediocre level of fun you'd expect from us.
Yeah, it's an even playing field now.
Yeah. We see you, IGN. We got you.
Yeah, it's been interesting, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Has this quarantine time allowed you to jump into more games, less games, or don't really care?
I haven't played a single game, I don't think, since...
Not one?
No. I can't remember the last time I played a game.
Oh.
Been a couple weeks.
Wow. I'm probably a little bit more, but...
Duck Game. I played Duck Game. That's it.
Oh,
That's
sure.
all you play anymore.
Hey, it's a good fucking game.
Just sell everything else.
Oh, I could.
It's not really the market right now.
No. It's not
For collectors.
It's not a seller's market right now. That's for sure.
Depends on what you have. Wii games are flying off the shelves, but
nice.
Why do you suppose that?
Because we have Corona.
I think people, like all the moms, are stuck in their house and remember that Wii we packed away.
Time to bust it out. We fit all day long. Got to be active.
Yeah. There's a lot of... It seems like there's a lot of games getting played all over the world now.
Yeah.
With internet limiting bandwidth and all that. I'm sure Netflix and all that has something to do with that too, but...
I just honestly have not been in the mood because I go to work. It's busy because I'm leading a few projects that are now completely more time intensive on my behalf because of the situation. My wife is working at home. My kids have been at home. So by the time I get home, they're freaking full of energy and driving me nuts. And then I'm getting home sick of hearing about Corona for 8 hours a day, dealing with it. And then I'm cooking everyone dinner, and then they're annoying the shit out of me. And then I just want to go to bed, and that's what I do. And I think divorce rates and pregnancies in this country come December of this year are going to be off the charts.
I just had this conversation with someone that we're going to see an uptick in pregnancies for sure. Yeah. That will be very interesting. And maybe the divorces will
for sure
coincide with those.
And probably murder-suicide around June, I'm guessing.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
We'll see how long we can delay the curve with this fucking social distancing shit. Yeah, it's exhausting. I'm just sick of hearing about it. I'm sick of going to work and dealing with it. Using Germ-X 55 times a day and being afraid to go to the bathroom and I don't know. And then they've been I work in I'm not IT, I'm IT adjacent, but I work in the area that IT also works out of. So they've been prepping laptops and sending computers home with people. It's all these people who I would never come into contact with throughout the day have been coming up and just get the hell out of here. I don't want you anywhere near me. I don't know where you've been. Half these people have just gotten back from cruises in the last month and F off. I don't need it.
No.
And then you come to a podcast recording and talk more about it. So it's never ending.
Such a smart ass, Nate.
Sorry, buddy. No, I meant like I was just adding to it.
I know.
Anyways, thanks.
I'm adding witty banter, but
oh, I like it. I like it.
That's what that was. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
sorry.
I don't know. Like I almost messaged you guys, and I was gonna be like, let's set the rule where we don't talk about this. But I'm like, I didn't know how we would get around it. So might as well just embrace it. Everybody's in the same shitty spot.
Yeah, and you can't avoid it at all. It's going to come up regardless. And,
right.
It's affecting a lot of people besides a lot of gaming people, a lot of stores, a lot of friends of ours, and yeah, it's tough to watch.
Yeah. It's nuts.
And still no answer on when it's going to turn around. That's the worst part.
Well, and the worst part is like, let's be honest, like it's going to linger the longest here, right? Like we're in the middle of nowhere, right. Midwest, farthest north. It hit here last. We started locking down last. Like we're on the uptick of the bottom side of like the infection curve. Like, so, where you're having areas that are hit hardest now, they'll at least be like on the downside where we're going to be picking up over the next probably 3-4 weeks. I don't know. It sucks. Yeah. It's going into summer. It's like nobody wants that. Like, in our climates, we wait for spring to come and now it's here and it's like, you can't go out anyway. Ha ha. Ugh.
Yeah. I mean, when we were saying, MGC's canceled, we're at least going to Portland.
Right.
Like, that was
and that came up since the last time we recorded. The Midwest Gaming Classic is officially canceled now. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Portland, like you were saying.
Portland is gone. And yeah.
Oh, yeah. We lost Portland over the weekend. I was pissed. I was like, that's in August. Like, wait, don't pull the plug. I don't know.
It's going to be a pretty shitty summer.
Here's where I've been at. I'm like, well, I'm going nowhere. I'm spending no money. And I just keep going to like Walmart and hovering over like the inflatable hot tub section. Cause I'm like,
oh my
God, what am I going to do? Right? Like, yeah, it's a throwaway hot tub, but I mean, I'm stuck at home. So yeah.
Wait, when you say you're hovering over Walmart, are you like on Walmart.com or going to Walmart?
I'm standing in Walmart right outside the door with my pants down. Also with the phone out on the app at the same time. And I'm like,
oh my gosh.
It's Walmart Inception. So I'm on the app on my phone because I'm like, it's $300. Like, that seems dumb for an inflatable hot tub, but at the same time,
saved a lot of money.
What am I going to do? Like, I'm like, I got nothing here. My kids are driving bonkers. They can, get out some energy in the tub. And if they really piss me off, I'll just push one of them face down for 2 to 3 minutes and problem solved.
I think that's the hardest thing as a parent is just, what do you do with your kids? Like, how do you entertain them so much? And my son's been playing the crap out of the Xbox One and the OG Xbox. He's been playing a ton of that. But as a parent, you're also like, okay, got to limit that screen time. Go play basketball. And he's like, well, it's kind of cold, so let's put the basketball hoop in the garage and play in the garage, but you got to move your vehicles and it's a mess.
That's been our struggle too, is like with our kids out of school. Like this week, it kind of came to a head where we had to just finally the other day, like regiment everything. It's like, no, like you need to get up. First thing you guys both do is you eat breakfast, then you're brushing your teeth, then you're putting on clothes. You're not sitting in your pajamas all day again. And then you're going to do reading some books. And like we bought that ABC mouse crap. And it's like, you're going to do that because right now we're in the interim where the schools haven't assigned. I think that's coming out next week. So we'll have actual like school at home. But yeah, and it's just, I had to delete YouTube off of everything. So I'm like, you guys can't just fucking watch YouTube all day. I'm sorry. And yeah, to your point, I'm at the point where you are, where I'm like, well, okay, temperatures are still cold. So this weekend I'm like clearing out the garage and I'm going to clean the floor off. And like the kids can go out there and like dribble a basketball and play some floor hockey because it's still at the point, unfortunately, where we live where it's, foot or two of snow on the ground, but it's not like fun snow time. And it's
ice
sucks.
And mud and it's a mess.
Sucks. And then Andy's fucking positioned like a champ on his fucking hill, surviving the apocalypse.
I'm in the same boat though. I haven't seen an adult outside of my wife for like a week now.
Yeah.
And my kids have been home with me pretty much every day. And it's been rough. And it was a perfect time for, a couple of them to decide to have a head cold. So every once in a while they cough and then I'm like, Corona. But you just have to remember.
Do you have Corona?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awful.
But yeah, and then my place. Once it gets a little bit wet here, you can't really send the kids out there because it's like the tar pits out there.
You guys haven't done like a mud luge down the hill out front yet? No. Could be a good time last year.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a little bit nuts. Kids get very annoying after a while, but it's not necessarily their fault either.
No, humans aren't conditioned to live in this close a proximity to each other and not be able to go outside or do anything. That's rough. Huh.
But we have things to look forward to, right? Outside of Corona and all of that stuff. We got a Nintendo Direct tomorrow. Yeah. That's pretty exciting. Maybe.
Sure.
Maybe not. I mean, they'll lie. I'm sure they'll lie. Like they typically do. Change some dates.
Yeah. I mean, we had that Nindies thing, right? That I don't know if any of us gave a crap about last week, was it?
Yeah. I didn't even watch it.
The only thing that piques my interest at this one is supposedly the leak was, it's a Nintendo Direct full of games coming out in 2020 with news of Breath of the Wild 2, which to me means did you just hint that that's coming out this year? Because I could see that competing with next gen, but I don't know.
Or do you push it off like Metroid?
Well, supposedly we got some news about that too. I don't know.
Will we see Zelda 2020?
I mean, it makes a lot of sense.
What was the prediction that we did
I guessed 2020.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah, because I thought that was going to be their heavy hitter against console launches. Because, I mean, really, they're using the same engine. They've had 3 years to do it. If they go more linear, it's pretty doable.
Yeah, how quick was Majora out?
Fast.
After Ocarina, it was a couple years, maybe?
Yeah.
What system had the most GameCube. Zelda games? Was it GameCube?
Yeah, we talked about that, wasn't it? GameCube
Did we?
Had the most, didn't we?
Yeah. But only two main on this.
Maybe we know. What did we decide? What did GameCube have? Twilight Princess, Four Swords, Wind Waker. So 3, but then the Zelda also got Twilight Princess, Skyward Sword. That's 2. Crossbow Training, 3. It's a stretch.
There was that collector's edition disc on GameCube too.
Oh yes, that's right. That's what we'll put it over was the 2 collector's editions. Yeah, the Master Quest and then the collection. Yep, that's what we decided.
And was that all in the span of a couple of years each between?
I mean, the major releases were what? End of life cycle and beginning of life cycle, so that was 5 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then the other stuff was sprinkled in between.
So we're about due for one.
I think so.
That would be good.
Yeah.
I'm excited about it. I hope.
Well, I mean, at the very least, we'll get to hear a little bit more on it because we haven't really gotten anything.
No, we just got a teaser in.
Out.
Did we get a teaser in November or? I can't even remember the last time. October, November.
Might have been summer even. I'm trying to remember the last time we heard about that trailer. Because that was an early direct, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It was before Luigi's Mansion.
Remember. Oh, yeah. Because, that would have been summer.
It was before Fire
Emblem.
Emblem.
E3 then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was right. Yeah.
Huh.
I wonder if they take
possible.
If they change anything. Are they stubborn enough to say this is the game it was? Or do they go out there and take, weapons breaking and stamina out like people hate?
I mean, it didn't ruin my game for me, but it certainly could have done without it. So I'd be okay with that. It didn't add anything to my game.
Yeah. I mean, I like the variety of different weapons until you found a really good one that you didn't want it to break. Then that sucked, but
then you never used it anyway, so it just sat there worthless until you got to like a cannon fight. We also got some news, I think, since the last podcast. We completely forgot to even talk about the fact that the specs for the Xbox came out. Or the X Series X model, rather. But so Nintendo also gave their GDC press conference, which people were pissed about because it was too technical. And I was like, it was a GDC press conference. But the specs, there's definitely some disparity there. 2 teraflops difference, with the PlayStation being theoretically weaker on the teraflop front, but also I think they're touting the read speed from internal memory is pretty powerful with the PlayStation 4. So who knows how that's going to pan out. I will say with both of these, the fucking internal storage is laughable. I mean, 500 gigs for the base models of both these consoles this gen was bad, but you're telling me you're putting a terabyte in on these new consoles when games are going to be like what, like 150 gigs minimum?
Yeah, I mean, wasn't it 800 or something for the 800 gigs available? Yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. It's like you almost day one need to purchase more memory, but at the same time, it won't work because you need to buy the Ultra.
Right. It's got to be certain specifications. Yeah.
It's basically an SSD that doesn't exist yet.
Right. Because they were saying like the external drives for sure on the PlayStation, like you could store games there, but it would not read PS5 games off of it, only PS4 games because of the speed thing. And it's like, man, this sucks.
But it totally sounds like that might be the most impressive thing out of this generation is if you can read off the hard drive basically as fast as you can read off of memory. That's crazy.
But then how many devs outside of like your main AAA, like first parties, are going to put the right energy into the resources to make that?
Yeah, that's always the problem, right?
Jaw-dropping thing, right? Because like some of the, I can't remember what article I was reading, but they're talking about how like, well, in theory, like there's no need to like rehash, graphics and like trees and foliage. And I'm like, yeah, but no one's going to like just render like a million different types of foliage because they can process it without having to duplicate. I mean, it's a great idea, but I don't see that happening.
Yeah.
But no loading times would be excellent.
That would be amazing.
It's a lot of time lost in your life. Just even the course of one game, if you added it all up, it's probably a lot of time.
Yeah.
So you're for sure still drawn to the new PlayStation?
I mean, there's no reason for me to get an Xbox. I have a gaming PC. There's Game Pass on that. I can play all their first party games. And they screwed the pooch with the Xbox One. Like it would take a lot from them to pull me back into that ecosystem.
I think a few days ago, PlayStation, didn't they kind of reaffirm that PlayStation 4 games would be compatible, or most PS4 games are going to be compatible with the PS5, which I think that's definitely attractive for sure.
But most is a little bit murky, which I don't like.
Well, sure.
They said the top 100 selling games, 99% of them would be compatible, which is good. But then you look at Microsoft's thing and they're like, no, every game plus every game that was also backwards compatible on the Xbox One from the 360 and the Xbox One are 100% compatible. Like that's a much more compelling answer than most, because that's the same thing they like Microsoft told us with the Xbox 360 when you got like Barbie's Princess Palace from the OG Xbox to, so I don't know. I think I give Microsoft the nod on that. I think they've got a better backwards story right now.
Yeah. I would say so. I mean, the
Plus,
rumor
they're
was that
offering
they were
4K upgrades, right? Potentially in a lot of those.
Yeah, the PlayStation one was possibly talking about that too, but I don't know.
Okay.
So it up-res everything?
Well, there's the option.
The option.
Yeah, so like third-party publishers would have the option to take advantage of that. It sounds like everything first-party, at least from Microsoft, will take advantage of that.
I'm guessing the assets aren't like 4K assets. It's more like they're just doubling lines
Upscaling.
type of thing.
Yeah. Still a nice thing to confirm, though.
Yeah. The rumor was always that the PlayStation 5 was going to do all of them all the way back to PS1, but
Right.
I mean, they can't do PS3. It's just, you'd have to put the PS3 in there, I think, for it to work. So
It's funny though that somebody can't just like build in like an FPGA thing, right? Like into the console and make it do that on the fly. I don't know. I don't know enough about that, but that would have been my dream, is like I have a PlayStation 5 that reads every disc I own. But it sounds like it won't be that, but it'll at least be the PS4, which, yeah, to your point, Nate, is if it's, 90% or above, that's pretty outstanding.
And that's where this is where digital media kind of screws you over, where it's going to kill you if you don't have the disc, because you can't do anything about it unless you, I don't know. Well, maybe the PSN, some of those games might still be on there, but
yeah,
I think you're kind of screwed.
Have they? I wonder.
It's got to be on the account, right?
On that. I would hope so, because that's a huge plus if you keep your plus and carry it over and can download those. That better happen. Now I'm worried. Yeah. I don't know. I think like with these new gen consoles, I'd probably just mostly do digital anyway. Kind of over physical. Like the Nintendo consoles are different. Like I'll do that, but I don't know. I don't have enough shelf space anymore anyway.
I was just going to say, you were just
full.
Talking about this.
Full up. I'm also debating on whether I go buy a second copy of Mario and Sonic at the Olympics 2020 to keep one sealed and get VGA graded, now that it's got to be a collector's item, right?
There you go. Do you think they're going to reprint to 2021?
I wonder, like, would they do like a half step upgrade? Like DLC, and then it also changes the intro title screen to like 2021?
Yeah, that would be really, really interesting.
Honestly, the Olympic Committee is probably like tickled that it actually came out, because it's like added revenue that they're definitely not getting this year.
Right.
Yeah, that's crazy. I wonder what they'll do after that, if they just go 3 years after that. I'm guessing.
Right. Well, because that was like the big thing, right? It was like they made that massive decision to alternate. So it was every 2 years between summer and winter. So you don't want them to be a year apart then, right?
Yeah.
Huh.
There's a lot of things that are just like, the more you think about it, the more you're like, how are they going to do that with all of this? But
right. Don't worry, it'll all be okay.
Yeah.
There's a $3 trillion stimulus package coming. We're fine. Settle down, everybody.
I think the Olympics, the Sonic Olympic Games are going to be one of the more desirable Switch games now, I think.
I bet people are rushing out as we speak.
Just buying them all up and
yeah.
Label variants.
Yeah, because that has to be like some of the earliest merch out there, right? There can't be a whole lot of like already on the street merch for 2020. I'm sure there's some, like a bunch of serial like crossovers and shit, but
oh yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
Huh. $43 on Amazon. Surprised.
Well, it was like 25 3 weeks ago, so
yeah.
That's a little uptick, I guess.
What is Ring Fit Adventure going for now on Amazon?
I heard that was price gouged for a while there.
Just because of the being active?
Yeah, because people were
Yeah.
buying it to do it at home, because they can't go to the gyms because they're closed down. It's supposed to be a pretty healthy workout, actually.
A new copy is $265.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
It's like what, 79 retail or 75? 69? I don't know.
I think it was
80
maybe
bucks.
80. Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Then you got to buy a Switch and find a Switch and
Everybody
spend a lot of money on that.
Switch.
Which their
It's an overnight success.
Switches are going for nearly $500 now. New.
People know that you could just buy like a PlayStation 4 or an Xbox for like 190, right?
I wonder though if it's just people that are like the only game that they ever care about is Animal Crossing. It's like, okay, it's out. Like, I need to go get a Switch now.
Maybe. I feel like that's been kind of like hampered in all this too. Like I've heard people talking about Animal Crossing, but not to the levels maybe I would have had this not happened. So
what a time for a life simulator to come out.
all I know is like I saw people like capturing Tom Nook's son in this one, Tommy Nook, and like putting him in cages and like sending ransom notes to Tom Nook to like drop all debt. So that's cool. Because apparently there's like terraforming, which hasn't been a thing before, so it's possible now.
Huh.
Yeah, and GameStop, designated themselves as essential retail, and
that didn't last long.
Acted like asshats just to get to Friday, so they could sell Doom and Animal Crossing. They're like, "Oh no, we're kidding. We care about our employees. Let's shut down." It's like, no, you don't, assholes. Don't. You thought you'd make as much money as you could off of like the two biggest releases of the quarter. And now you're going to go bankrupt because there's no way you're coming out the other end of this and still going to have a company. And by this, I don't mean your stupid stance on essential retail. I mean the fact that you're going to lose your ass is more so than usual. Because this, like we talked about a little bit, like jokingly, but this has to be the end of GameStop, right? Like they can't possibly turn around from this.
I don't think so. I mean,
no, Reggie's jumping ship. We're going to read that in the news next. Oh, Reggie resigns from board of directors because he doesn't want anything to do with it.
Well, there's just like, there's no chance because like GameStop is going to be closed in all these places, but you're still going to have your Targets and your Walmarts that are open because they're also grocers who also sell the same products. So like realistically, if you were going to go anywhere and get a game physically, like it's sure as shit not going to be a GameStop now.
Mm-hmm. Well, just think of
go ahead. What's the percentage of GameStops in malls? I'm sure it's
a good amount,
ridiculous, right?
Right.
So, yeah, I this is going to be the end. Good old GameStop.
And this is just going to condition people to buy digital, right?
I would think so.
I mean,
the sales charts will have to skew heavily, I bet.
Yeah. So you're going to get a lot more people just buying digital over all this, and that they're not going to go back to physical. There's going to be a small percentage of that too, I'm sure.
Yeah. Nobody wants to take the risk on physical. In fact, I had like a cringy moment because like stupid, strictly limited, we don't release our games because we're full of shit out of the UK. Finally, this today announced that they're shipping me my Bubble Bobble limited edition that I ordered like 7 months ago and has been available for 4 months on Amazon. So I'm like, oh, great. Thank you. I'm getting a package out of the UK now. That's exactly what I want. Thank you. So I'm going to Lysol that thing and throw it in the fucking garage for a few months. I never thought Bub and Bob would take me out.
Your love has killed you.
Yes. Should have canceled that damn pre-order. But everyone I knew that did never heard back from them or tried to cancel it. So,
jeez.
I don't know. I wonder what the deal is with like shipments from over there. Like if they're delayed through customs now or how that works.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't send any stuff to Amazon, and the stuff that I do have there right now selling is like taking a week plus to get out.
They won't take anything new in?
No.
Huh.
unless it's like, toilet paper.
Yeah, I read something about how they were like only focusing on Prime members for like shipping. They like everything else was just kind of like, oh, we'll get to it.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I wouldn't want to work there right now.
No, that's for sure. It's not exactly great working anywhere right now. But Amazon is not one. That would be fun. Amazon, airports, and post offices would be like the three places that I'd be like, maybe not. I did have to go to the grocery store on Monday because at work it doesn't matter, but it was a work thing. I basically had to use I had to make a purchase to test like a thing I'm implementing, and so I went to Hornbachers, and like you get to the checkout and like they have pieces of plexiglass now like strapped to the back of the cash registers is like a giant sneeze guard for all the employees, and then like I'm like whatever. And the guy who's bagging my groceries is just like the happiest motherfucker. He's like, I don't know if he's even 20, but he's like, hey, how's it going, man? I'm like, it's going. And he's like, today I got a feeling today is going to be a wonderful day. I was like, really?
Wow.
I'm like, well, that's good. You got to keep a positive.
I don't think you know who I am.
You got to keep a positive attitude right now. He's like, yeah, man, I just want people to come out of here and like brighten their day while they're in this store. And like he bags up my groceries, is like talking to me. So like I'm sitting there talking to him longer than I need to be anyway. Clearly not socially distanced. Don't tell anyone. And then like as he finally hands me my bag, he's like, elbow bump for you, man. He does me, like the elbow bump like high five thing. I'm like, all right, like I'm glad you're enjoying this, but let's take it down a notch. I'm just here for some lettuce.
You just destroyed that guy's day.
I was super nice to him, but I'm like, maybe don't get so close to me, but whatever.
He probably is having a great time. He probably has 12 kids and gets the free daycare because he's a emergency essential worker now.
Yeah, he's probably one of those idiots who flies to the beaches yet too. So he's that age. He's that demographic. Okay. Like, I'm not going to die. I'm fine. It was a great experience. That is the only place I've been is a grocery store. Like the last 2 weeks, which has been fun. And then a guy I work with was going to the liquor store. I was like, oh, you're going to the liquor store? Like, here's a 20. Like, help a brother out. I'm like, I've never had a beer dealer before, but since you're taking the risk anyway, like, might as well hook me up. So that was fun. Felt like I was back in high school again. We're meeting in the parking lot, like, opening car doors, and like, I'm throwing a 12-pack in my car. It was cool.
Didn't that just get approved though for alcohol sales, that they can do delivery, drive up, and all of this stuff?
Wow.
I mean, leave it to North Dakota to be like, yeah, we still need this stuff.
Well, I think it was like Fargo only that maybe mandated that for now. But like, I suspect the reason they did it was just to keep like our precious downtown open. Cause like, I don't think anyone was going downtown to like eat. So like, well, if we can get someone to like pick up a burger and a 6-pack, like we might make money. So I'm like, oh, that's not bad logic, but yeah. And I think like it was quoted in the forum, like our local newspaper. They're like, yeah, this is for the person who wants like a meal and a 6-pack. I'm like, a meal and a 6-pack. Like, I thought you guys were pitching this as like, do you want a cocktail with your lunch? Now we're like delivering 6-packs to people. Like, this is dumb.
That's the new special at Taco John's.
Yeah. 6-pack and a pound of raw hamburger. Have fun. I haven't quite, I mean, I get why that is in place, but I also just like, I haven't wanted to do any of the drive-through or takeout. Cause like, why, as much as they're telling you to just stay home and like keep to yourself, why would you add 6 additional hands to the food that is going to enter your body? Like,
yeah,
just cook it yourself. I don't know. I've been doing a lot of cooking.
Tuna?
Fun.
A lot of tuna?
No, not tuna. And some of that, but yeah, like Monday I did like a 3-course Chinese meal. I like made orange chicken from scratch, like reduced my own like orange glaze and broccoli and beef and stir-fried rice. Came out pretty all right. Only a quarter Chinese, so you know I had to really dig deep.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, anyone else take the census yet?
No.
No.
I need to.
So I did that because like it was on the TV. I was like, oh yeah, I got that letter. I could do that, I guess. And like, of course, it's like they ask you. What's weird is like you get to the ethnicity question for your household, and the first thing is like, are you Hispanic? That's like its own thing. I don't know why. Then you get to the next one with like all the other like not Hispanic things, and it was like, are you white? And I like check the box, but that's not good enough. They want you to like designate what kind of white you are. And they're like,
no.
German. I'm like, what? Like, I don't fucking know. Like, what year is this? We're all mutts. I'm like, so I just typed white back in the box. So I got white. And then I've been getting a call every day from a number out of like fucking Wyoming. So I'm pretty sure it's the Census Bureau like wanting me to define further what type of white I am. And I'm like, no, I'm not answering this. It's driving me nuts.
White.
Yes, I'm Wonder Bread white. That's what I should have put. Wonder Bread. That's what I should have put. But I did not.
Give it like mail back a Q-tip and say you figure it out. Like,
yeah. Well, it was just so dumb too, because it's like literally everything they asked me was just like, who lives at your address? Give us their names and ages. But I'm like, I also file taxes. Like, you have all this information and more. Why am I doing this?
Yeah. It is weird that they don't like connect or something.
Right. So, yeah. I'm good old white for the 2020 census, at least. So. Not, boy, that sounded racist. I did not mean it like that at all. That is not, all colors are welcome. I just don't have them in my household. Sorry. Turns out, two whites don't make a Wong. That's what I'm calling. That also sounded racist. I'm sorry, everybody.
Oh my gosh.
But we had Chinese food.
Well, let's walk right out of this one.
Oh my gosh, this is great.
Good thing nobody listens to this. I'd feel real bad.
Our Asian market is very small.
Yeah. Although we haven't done our own census, but
right. Yeah, I don't know what kind of white you guys are yet, so maybe we could change it up. Oh, a census for the listeners. Yeah, I can tell you. I know all 5 of them. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've actually gotten into a game recently, which is Pokemon for the Switch.
Which one is this?
I think it's Shield. And the news around that when it came out was so negative or whatever, and it's disappointing that it doesn't have all of them in there or whatever, but at the end of the day, it's a pretty good game. Pretty good version of that. It's almost to the point where, you wanted it to be a full console Pokemon game.
So you didn't feel like they dialed it in or like skimped out as much as some of the people did?
Yeah, it's pretty good, but they definitely could have done better.
Sure.
It's a more robust 3DS game for the most part. But
did you play any of the ones on like the 3DS and DS at all? Or
yeah, I've played pretty much every generation, but the last like half of them just play a couple hours. So this one's got me more into it than the other ones have been lately. So
okay,
it's super easy. It's more like about the collecting side of it than kind of building one team type thing. So it's cool.
Sure. My son keeps asking for it, and I'm like, dude, you don't read well enough yet for me to buy this for you. I'm sorry. Wait a couple years.
Yeah.
Because I had to like read Pokemon Let's Go to him, so this is not going to work for him, I don't think.
Yeah, it's a bummer that a lot of games still require reading like that.
Especially Nintendo. Nintendo really relies on... I mean, it's good to teach kids to read, but Nintendo has always relied on text when they could just do a dub over.
Yep. Yeah, pretty much.
Still playing Dreams?
Here and there. Not as much as I was, but I need to get back in there and see what life is like after Mario is gone.
What do you mean he's gone?
Nintendo filed a claim with them.
Oh, shocking.
For copyright. And
right.
took out, I think it was only one model though. So it was only like one of the character models, which was almost perfect. Like it controlled exactly like Mario and how you would want him to.
Sure.
So yeah, he's out, and I'm guessing it broke thousands of games that were using it.
Now, how many other companies are going to follow suit and just crush?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, the Thomas the Train lawsuit sounds like in Shrek. They're going to be all over that. Smash Mouth, probably.
Yeah, if anything, I think those guys are making more money off of being a meme than a band. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, that's not surprising to hear, I guess. I hadn't heard that, but that makes perfect sense.
It's surprising to me that it was just that one specific model, probably because it was almost identical and felt identical, whereas everything else they just kind of left everything else. I don't know.
So they felt like someone like actually stole their actual intellectual property instead of just like copied.
Yeah, probably.
Made a bad rendition of it.
Yeah.
Huh.
So is this now called Mario is Missing?
That would be pretty good.
Wah, wah. Boy, we're on a roll tonight. I like it.
Get it? It was a video game joke.
I like it.
You got it? Okay,
I got it.
That would be a good remake in that game.
Just never find him.
Yep.
He gone.
It's just like trivia questions that don't do anything. Yeah.
So do you guys see that so a lot of stuff is coming to streaming and like on demand along with theater releases, but they've bumped up Sonic. So I think Sonic in 2 weeks will be available on demand to rent for streaming. It won't be on physical media until like May 20th, but yeah. You can watch Sonic at home very soon. And then that new Disney Pixar thing is like same time frame, but that's like coming right to Disney Plus.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you can watch that now, right? Like, I want to say you can rent that for like $20 or something like that.
Yeah, I think you could, but it'll be just straight Disney Plus here in like 2 weeks.
Oh,
and then like, Trolls 2 is going to be like $20 right away when that comes out too, day and date, which my family's excited about. I had to watch Frozen 2 finally. Can I just say that I fucking hate those movies, and I don't think Frozen 2 is better than Frozen 1.
No, it's not. Well, outside of the 80s rock ballad.
Okay, yes, that was funny, but like I hated the songs from the first one, and this was like, no, we need like 85% more songs, but with like 300% more suck. This was like, yeah, every song you sing like at horrible times. These are all terrible songs, and guess what? They still didn't develop the characters anymore, which is my first gripe with the first one. And guess what? Elsa's still the bad person. She's a horrible, like, cold-shouldering bitch. Like, why should kids like this? I don't like it.
Oh my gosh.
It irritates me that this is what our kids think Disney quality is, because we grew up at like the best time for Disney. And these movies are terrible. The lizard guy was fine. I liked him. Olaf was acceptable in doses.
Yeah. I didn't pay attention to it enough to see it, but yeah. I thought it wasn't quite as good as the first one, and I wasn't all that impressed with the first one either, so.
Yeah. Did anyone speaking of the census, did you catch how in all of Arendelle there apparently was one black man and one black woman, and they were happily reunited back in Arendelle at the end of the movie? Yeah.
I haven't seen the movie
yet,
just
pay attention to that. There's like what's his name, like the soldier guy, and they're past childbearing age now that they finally reunited. So I guess they're the last black couple in Arendelle, at least for now.
I want to watch that movie.
Yeah,
Frozen 3. Make it that.
Yeah.
And what's the subtitle? Black in Arendelle.
Let's just stick with that, because I think anything else we could throw out there is just going to get so much worse for this podcast. We're already teetering on this one. Yeah. Plus, did you pay attention enough to the point where what's his name who was going to propose was like running off with like the Eskimo guy, like playing the engagement? Because like the way they set that up, like I thought there was gonna be like a surprise twist where they fell in love and started making out. Because they really seem to be into each other like a lot.
Yeah, well, hey,
strange.
they really like reindeers a lot, so
yeah, and they both speak for them. He's like, "Oh, you speak for them too?" Like,
yeah.
heart fluttering. I'm like, "Oh my gosh." Yeah. I don't know about those movies. Overrated, I say.
What do you think about $20 in theater, like brand new movies to rent?
I think it's very cool, and I get why they're doing it. I also understand that from the time of release to the runtime of that film, it will be available on every fucking file share website. So I don't know how studios are going to deal with that. They'll get some legit money, but they're going to lose out on a bunch too.
Yeah, I suppose you can't really stop that.
Yeah. But I mean, I think that since a lot of these theaters are closed, and in fact, in a lot of states are being forced to close, like what option do you have, right? You either delay your movie or you try and do some goodwill and occupy some kids' time.
Yeah. I mean, Disney came out and said something to their investors like, hey, it's going to be a rough month because our parks are closed, our cruises are closed, our movies are pretty much delayed indefinitely. It's like,
yep,
every single thing we have our money in.
Yeah, it's true. That portfolio there is massive, and now it's stagnant.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's cool to see. It's cool to see like free games getting put out there too for people to play, and like, you know, a lot of the stuff coming to streaming. Like I was, not that I'm under streaming because I own all the DVDs, but like Adult Swim decided to put the full run plus the rock opera up for Metalocalypse.
Yeah.
So it's like, hell yeah. Like I haven't watched that in a while, so I've been going back through and watching Metalocalypse from the beginning again. I was like, yep, I remember why I love this show.
It holds up pretty well.
Oh yeah. It's so good. It's so ridiculous. So that's cool. There's a bunch of other stuff too up on a bunch of different streaming sites, but yeah, it's good stuff. Anybody take advantage of the other free games? Like I know the Tomb Raider games were free. A couple of them on Steam. I did that. GOG had like a bunch of free stuff, but I cannot get GOG to create a profile for me. I don't know why. It just won't.
Oh,
so
weird.
Tried and I gave up. I was like, I don't need Jill of the Jungle this bad. I'm good. I got Jill in my household to keep me company. So. That's my wife's name. I don't know why Nate looks so shocked that I said that. I'm not putting her down.
Oh, okay.
Or am I? Yeah. Do you have a GOG account?
Never made one. No.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Hello Neighbor. Bunch of crap on there. Like 27 games are given away, I think.
Really? Huh.
I don't even know what this is.
Good old games. It's like another store. Oh. They
PC
dabble
store?
more in I guess, fringe PC stuff. Like old and retro. They have a lot of stuff, but yeah, they joined the whole we'll give you stuff for free thing.
Which I feel like a lot of it is like you have to create an account and it's just like onboarding for you to pay for them after all this, right?
Yeah, and we're going to send you an email like every 5 days.
Yeah.
Well, did I tell you guys I downloaded like the last Humble Bundle too? There was like the Capcom one.
Oh, what was in that?
I don't know. There's like a bunch of stuff. It might be done now, but like if you did the premium tier, you got like a bunch of games I didn't care about, so I just did the mid tier because I thought I got Devil May Cry 5 with that. And then I didn't read the fine print and I bought it and I went to go redeem it and it was like, no, you paid for 50% off the asking price of Devil May Cry 5. I'm like, no, like screw this. This is what I wanted. So now I ended up with like Mega Man collections and like a bunch of frickin' Resident Evil games I've already owned on multiple platforms. So I guess it wasn't a waste of $11, but it certainly was not why I did that.
Is Devil May Cry not on Game Pass anymore?
I don't have Game Pass, but maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. While I was doing that, though, like downloading stuff off Epic and Steam, I did play like a few minutes, like 15 minutes of Ape Out. which that's a weird game. It's kind of cool. I
Ape
dig
Out?
the art style. Yeah, like you're a gorilla who breaks out of a cage, and then you basically like have to plan your route through like a maze, all while like punching walls and killing people. And then you can like you gotta like think about it because like everybody's got guns because they're people. So like you can grab people and use them as human shields and like throw them at other people. Like so you just leave like a trail of like blood and it's pretty all right. It's got like a really crazy art style. So it's like top down, but it's like also pseudo 3D. So like when walls come up, like to your perspective, like you're catching different angles of the wall, but it's still in like a 2D look. It's hard to explain.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's very simple, but it's addictive. I'll have to go back to it.
Plus the music, right? It makes like pretty much like jazz just by you murdering people.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I got to the point where like I encountered like the third tier of enemy. So like I didn't realize that their guns were powerful enough to like eviscerate your human shield sponges. And like I got wiped out and I was like, well, that sucks. And I was like right at the end of the level. So I quit, but yeah, it's pretty cool. And then like when you fail, it shows you like your path through a level and like how close you were to the end. It's kind of neat.
Huh.
I think that's on like everything too. So you can probably play it on like
it's on
PS4
Game
and
Pass.
Xbox. Yeah. It's a good time. It's all right. I know.
Have you guys ever played Ori?
In the Blind Forest?
I saw it on Xbox One. I started playing it. Really, I don't know what the like sub name was. There's two of them. I was playing the second Ori.
Will-o'-the-Wisps.
ORI. And it's actually a pretty decent kind of exploration platformer. Looks amazing. Looks incredible. The sad part about this game is that they put all of their time and energy into like cosmetics, which is awesome, but it's not smooth. So as you're running it, kind of the background looks a little glitchy. Ooh. And, they just poured a lot into it, but it just didn't, they just didn't finish well, I guess. But I've been enjoying that game. That's been really fun to play. Have you guys heard of it?
Yeah, I've beat the first one, but I haven't hopped into the second one. But yeah,
they're pretty amazing looking games, right?
Yeah, almost to the point where you almost get lost in it, where your character can almost just blend in to the art.
Yep. Or you're too busy staring at the background like, wow, this looks amazing, and then something comes out of nowhere and kills you.
Yeah. But
yeah, that's been a pretty enjoyable game. Difficult though. It can be really, really difficult. One of those kind of pixel perfect platforming type games, I guess. And then the whole exploration where you have to get something to get somewhere, and you end up backtracking quite a bit, which is a little bit frustrating, but visually it's a pretty impressive game.
Yeah. I'm hoping to get into that.
I just wanted to share like maybe some tips that our audience could use, or like a tip. In these times, I think it's important to practice good hygiene, like you're saying. And a pro tip for all you people trying to stay safe is I have switched from lotion to Germex hand sanitizer as my masturbation lubricant. But I just want to warn everybody to not get it on the tip of your pee hole because it does burn. So stay safe, but be cautious.
But what if you have corona in your urethra?
You're right. Gosh, yes, that's smart. You should probably get some in there too. Just
you should probably start
dabble
by getting
dabble do you? Yeah, that's a good call, Andy. It's worth the pain.
Shove it in there first, and then flush it out later.
Yes. So yeah.
Pinch the end, hold it in.
Yeah.
Get it real nice and clean.
Yes.
Then get a good release.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then and then clean up the mess with Germex also. Just really put a punch in your palm and just mash it into the ejaculate to kill any would-be coronavirus that might try to escape your body. So make a little mash out of that. Let it dry, then come back and clean it up later. Do your laundry, maybe. You know.
Oh. This is what happens when you're stuck at home.
Yes, and we all know that I'm joking because, of course, I can't afford Germex. It's like $50 a bottle. I'm still using lotion. I'm joking.
You can't even find it.
No, you can't. Did you hear that? They're gonna do they're gonna prosecute a guy who was on eBay. I think he had gone to like some bum f nowhere Dollar General and like bought 1,300 bottles of hand sanitizer and was selling it for $50 a piece, claiming he was doing it as a public service. I'm like, F you. And they found some statute in whatever state or something he was in. They're actually going to prosecute this guy.
Yeah.
So, scumbags out there, man.
Yeah. You don't flip health stuff.
No. Yeah, if anything, if you think you're doing a service, donate it to a hospital that can't get their hands on it or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. All I know is suddenly my leap year sale seems a lot less ridiculous. I'm good, fellas. If I run out of toilet paper, I'm going to wipe my ass with all the boxes.
You gonna recycle those afterwards, or?
I mean, yeah, I'm not a monster.
Do you think anybody has gotten to the point of using the toilet paper roll, where it's just, we're out. I don't know what to do. All right,
Probably. I have liked watching the panic of people who do YouTube channels and they're like, I can't do the content I used to do, so let me try this other thing. And I was watching this guy who he does pizza reviews where he goes to restaurants and tries out pizza, but since he's quarantined, he's eating Tombstone and stuff. I'm like, I don't know if this is content that we need to see. The American populace has had Tombstone pizza. This seems less effective than your day-to-day routine. I don't know. The uptick in podcasts, though, is... And in fact, one of our listeners, 16-Bit Gum, they uploaded Corona Cast #1 today. I was like, nice.
Wow.
It's I can see it. What are you going to do? You're stuck at home.
Yeah.
And then on the other hand, we've had this podcast knowing nothing to talk about. So, I mean, we did this all wrong. Had we started now, we'd be fine.
It would just get better from here.
Right. Instead, we're going downhill.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's delete them all and then start all over. Episode 1.
This is a terrible plan.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I sent that out. Anybody who's watched Office Spacers like that, jump to conclusions, Matt. He's like, this idea. Horrible idea. This is a horrible idea. So I sent that meme out to someone at work today because I don't know what they call them, the culture committee or something. They sent out a meeting invite today at 10 in the morning. I got a meeting invite for a virtual fucking potluck where we all call in or sit in various video conferences and eat lunch together and talk.
That sounds stupid.
Yes, it sounds stupid. It's the worst idea I've ever heard.
What did you bring?
3-course Chinese meal.
Oh, that's the thing is you don't.
I know you participated.
No, because it's on the 4th or whatever, and I instantly declined it. And then I think last I heard at noon, they were with 4 accepts and 12 declines already. I'm like, yes, of course, this is how this is going. And this is piggybacking on top of Monday's revelation of let's cheer everybody up by uploading your pet pictures to our intranet website so we can all share pictures of our cats and dogs. I don't know what's going on, but people are getting a little nuts. But a virtual potluck had to be the worst idea I've ever heard. Because everybody who works knows that your lunch break is your precious time to get away. Like, who wants to sit there and listen to like 50 people smack away at like their fucking sandwiches and fucking goulash that they're eating and talk about whatever you would talk about? I don't get it. Ugh.
You should have recorded it.
Yeah, well, it's coming up. I guess I could accept it and record it. Yeah. I'm surprised that what's his name on YouTube didn't have to have his video taken down yet. Camelot331, where he got someone leaked him the call-in info from that GameStop regional.
Oh, that was like an investor
call.
thing, maybe? Or yeah,
No,
he was
no,
in
it
a,
was like-
he was in
yeah,
a
it was
corporate
like-
meeting. Yeah,
Yeah, sales staff and like store managers. Like over the weekend, he recorded it and then uploaded it Monday, like the actual audio file. It was like, you know, when all this bad press is coming out. So it was people asking like, well, what do I tell people about like my people who work under me who are afraid, like they're worried that they're going to get sick and blah, blah. And like the corporate HR lady's answer was, well, I don't know what to tell them. You're their store manager. And it's like, oh my gosh.
wow.
It's like, okay. It was great. And every answer was like, day by day. We're monitoring it day by day. Are we going to close stores? Well, it's day by day. Can we refuse trade-ins? Well, no, day by day.
We're watching our stock price day by day.
Yeah. And then I liked all the people too that when they finally did stop taking trade-ins, like, you gonna stop taking cash too? Because what's the difference? It's the same thing. It's good stuff.
Yeah, could you imagine if they just said no? Someplace said no cash, not taking
Yeah.
cash.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know what you do with that at that point. Like, not that many people pay with cash anyway, but yeah. Your currency is no longer good here. I've been like reminding this guy I work with every day because like he goes to Canada every spring. He's like, yeah, can't wait. I'm like, you know, both countries close their borders, right? Like, I'm like, I don't want you to get mad about this because I know you're gonna get mad when this comes up in 4 weeks. But you're not gonna go to Canada. He's just getting pissed. I'm like, I'm trying to ease you in, man. I'm just trying to ease you in.
I drove 50 miles on a boat across a gigantic lake to Canada.
Really?
So
Oh,
I
you
know
went to the like.
So there's ways to get into it.
what's that called? The North 40 or whatever?
Northwest angle, yeah.
Yeah, Northwest Angle. There you go.
There's ways, but
Yeah.
not worth it.
I told him he should just wait till Easter weekend, get in a bodysuit and hop across the border. I'm like, who's going to stop the fucking Easter money? Like, you'll be fine. They don't have guns up there.
Who would have thought, though? Like, everybody's flying to Mexico because they think they're safer there.
People are doing that?
Yeah.
No. I thought, didn't Mexico say they didn't want us?
Yeah.
I thought they shut the border down on us, and then Trump was like, haha, no, we'll shut the border down on you. My wall. We got this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't go anywhere now.
No. Not like I did before, anyway.
Yeah, it doesn't affect me, really. It's true.
I've come to realize, like, this is not, outside of the kids being home all the time, it's not too much of a change.
Right. Well, that's like, yeah, I sent my boss like a thing. It was like a meme of Jim from The Office, just like staring through one of those like conference rooms with like the blinds and the glass pane. It's like when you tell an introvert he has to practice social distancing. It's like, yep, it's pretty much me right now. Like, couldn't be happier about most of this. Like, totally fine here. And then you're like, now I'm at the point even where I'm like, well, maybe some human interaction isn't awful.
Yeah.
Oh boy, riveting stuff. Join us next episode, everybody, when we talk about which arms we've gnawed off.
I'm going to do the left.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because I'm left-handed, and so I think I'll get stronger if I use my right more.
I mean, you feel like a stranger. It wouldn't be all right.
Yeah. That's true.
Get that Germex out.
Well, if you cut off your other hand, why wouldn't you just use that hand then? Because that one's completely dead then. You wouldn't feel that one at all.
What's the point?
This totally reminds me of an off-subject story. Well, I mean, totally relatable to this. I can't remember. Oh yeah, my daughter decided to run out in the snow barefoot, and I got irritated because she came in and she's like, "My feet are so cold," really dumb. And I was like, "Do you want your feet to fall off? You're gonna be stubs, and you're not gonna." I went on this whole rant that people are gonna call her a pirate because she has stubs for legs, and she was bawling because she really thought her legs were gonna fall off. And then I felt like a jerk as a dad. So,
jeez,
yeah. So, yeah, I told her that she was gonna play live concerts at Stubbs. Oh my gosh, I'm a sick parent. Sorry. Unrelated, but related. I wish I could see your reactions right now.
Oh, they're good. My face is covered up, so you can't really see much anyway. It's hard to pick out Andy's emotions through his beard. He hides his emotions while he's got a good poker face.
Yeah, my beard is actually crying.
I liked your response too, Nate. Nate on Twitter today posted a picture of like his TV from the end screen of a game, and all I see is just like blinds like closed with like light trying to make it in. I was like, dude, you need the vitamin D. And your response is just never.
Never. I've been training for this for a long time.
Yeah.
So preparing.
Yeah. Oh, did I talk about Castlevania?
No.
Okay, I could do that. So I don't know if you guys, Andy, Nate, you haven't watched it, but Andy's watched Castlevania, the animated series. So because I couldn't leave the house, or well, I guess I can, but I didn't. Anyway, we binge watched the third season of Castlevania on Saturday, which I gotta say is probably my least favorite season. I feel like nothing happens in it. It's still okay. But you get to the last episode or the second, I think it's the last episode, maybe second to last, but anyway, everything starts happening. Anyway, you're introduced a couple different storylines, but the one that follows Alucard, he eventually like has this brother and sister, I assume, duo. Maybe they're not brother and sister, maybe they're just like really good friends, show up at his castle and they're like helping him and whatever, which is a little strange. And the whole time, like they're like Japanese or from China. No, they're from Japan. And like the guy is dressed in like kind of like some weird like lacy stuff. I was like, oh, okay, whatever. It's anime. Alucard kind of dresses funny too. And then like one of these scenes comes to light, and it's these two. I think they're siblings, which makes it so much worse. Like they seduce him in the middle of the night, and they're both like taking turns on him, and it's just like I cannot get this image out of my head where it's just an upshot from the bed from like what's his name? I just said his name. Alucard's perspective up at this gentleman, and it's just him grabbing his leg, Alucard's leg, and like throwing it over his shoulder. I'm just like, like I didn't need to see this in my anime. Like, why? Why are these brother and sisters doing this? I don't know. I think that show might be ruined for me.
Well, I think that was like one of those that just kept trying to push envelopes, right?
Yeah.
Like trying to make it really gory first, and yeah.
Yeah, it's still gory, but like I didn't enjoy that scene. It was a little uncomfortable, assuming they were maybe they weren't siblings. I just assumed they were, but it made it worse. And then that happened, and I was like, I don't know about that. So you got that to look forward to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still have to get through that.
Yeah.
Pretty sure I finished season 2. Yeah.
Well, the castle moved and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There you go, Castlevania. Vampire 3 ways. That's what they're known for. I remember that Castlevania game where you fucked your brother and sister to win the game? No, you don't remember that one? Okay, just making sure. I thought I played that one, but guess not. This has got to be the worst thing we've ever recorded, right? Have we done an episode that you can recall that's been worse than this?
That one we recorded 3 times. Maybe.
Okay, yeah, that's true. But the finished product will have been better than this is probably going to be.
No, this is great. I love this stuff.
Yeah?
Yeah. I love when we go down the rabbit hole.
I mean, the silence stuff is all going to get cut out. So
sure. Well, the listeners will have to let us know what they think.
I say keep the silence in.
Yeah.
More silence.
Like, just make it very uncomfortable and just spread everything out.
It's fitting with the times right now. Yeah, this is good. This is good.
Like, we're overly pondering on things.
Right.
Like, over pondering.
Well, also, like, maybe we should do this fun thing, because, like, I watch the day-to-day updates by state. But as of right now, corona cases on the podcast, 0. Tests administered, 0. Results pending, 0. Quarantines, 0. Tune in to episode 71 to get our weekend rental quarantine corona update.
Who's going to get corona first? Probably me.
Probably. I'm the oldest, though.
Right.
Like, so I'm the weakest. So probably, like, my immune system, yeah, probably me.
You're going to get it from me, and then you're going to die.
I'm not going anywhere near you, though, so it's fine.
Oh, little do you know that I've been licking your door handle.
Gross.
When you've been away.
That's not advisable.
That's really nasty. I just gagged saying that.
Yeah, the guy who can't like handle me putting a hand over his glass of water at MGC is licking my door. No, it's not realistic.
No.
Have you heard about the challenge, the Corona challenge, the toilet bowl challenge?
That's probably the worst thing I've ever said in my life.
You should do that, Nate. That's the thing that people were doing. They were licking toilet seats, public toilet seats. The Corona challenge, yeah.
What? I've never heard
of this is going on.
One of them got it too.
Of course he did.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
But like Corona's the least I'd be worried about getting off of a toilet seat. Like that one's like best case.
What is going on? I can't handle it. Bunch of idiots. Are these like teenagers?
Probably, right? I mean, or very stupid adults.
Kids.
I'm not sure.
Stupid kids.
Somebody that would say, I know what would make me popular. Licking a toilet seat.
All the clicks I'll get after I'm
getting
deceased.
an STD.
Yeah, right. I didn't get corona, but I got this cold sore for 3 to 6 weeks. So that's a bummer.
So they video themselves licking toilets?
Yeah.
I can't tell if you're serious or you're messing with me.
Yep.
Yeah, I want to say just today, the first person that recorded doing it, or one of the people that recorded doing it, tested positive today.
But I mean, realistically, if you're that dumb to lick a toilet seat, there's probably like anything in your day-to-day life could have gotten that to you, because probably not the. I mean, it didn't help, sure.
Oh, that's so nasty.
Oh, I love watching you gag.
My
best episode ever.
I feel like the toilet seat's at the back of my throat right now.
Oh, just imagine doing it after I got done shitting turds all over the bottom side of that lid and everything. I watched that Bert Kreischer Netflix special. He had a new one. He's talking about how like he is an explosive shit, and like, cause my wife always gets amazed that I can get crap under the underside of the toilet seat, and like that's the first thing he starts talking about. He's like, yeah, like it just flies. He's like, I'm talking like if you get poop on the upside of that lid, and your wife lifts that lid up, she's like, how the fuck do you get shit up there? I'm like, yep, like that's me and Bert. And then Nate licks the bottom side. The look on your face right now is great.
Oh, yeah, that's bad.
Should we just end this bitch?
Sure.
Please.
Okay.
All right, friends. We should have put a disclaimer out not to lick toilet seats. We do not recommend it. Please do not go after the coronavirus. There's our disclaimer. But we'd love to hear from you if you are quarantined. Send us an email. We would love to know what you're up to, what games you're playing, etc. You can send those emails to weekendrentalpodcast@gmail.com. Make sure you're following us on all of our social media platforms like Facebook and Twitter and YouTube and all of those places. And you can find all things Weekend Rental at weekendpodcast.com. And as always, be kind, rewind.
Wash your hands, everybody.
The store's out of bananas.
Don't lick toilet seats.
Yeah.